These poppin' pigmented colors can pack a punch on your lid if you're not careful. So go gently and softly into the pans. Girls and guys, guess what? I have another collab here with, of course, the fun and fabulous sister duo, the ever so hot HauteMamasLive. We are going to be doing an ever so hot brand, Juvia's Place. Now, of course, I would put it upside down, and they are an amazing brand. They are an Black-owned company, and they theme everything from Africa and the African culture, and they do amazing eyeshadow palettes. Of course, that's my jam. And they do, they just did blushes, they do brushes, so they're a pretty hot company. And of course, I'm doing it again with the amazing HauteMamasLive. And if you haven't seen them already, because we did a skincare video collab with The Ordinary, and now, so if you haven't seen that one already, I will put it up in the cards there. If you don't know them and you haven't watched it, they are an amazing dynamic sister duo, Jacqueline and Lisa. And they do a lot of like hauls, unboxings, try-ons, first impressions, demo tutorials, and they're a whole bunch of fun, so you will get a lot of fun checking them out. So after you finish watching my review, because I'm going to be doing a full review on this the Magic Palette, and I'm going to be doing live swatches, a slightly little demo, and then once this review is finished, head on over to the HauteMamasLive. I will be putting a card up there, and I will be putting a link at the end on my end screen, and then I will be putting a link in the description box. So I've covered all bases. So let's get to the review and live swatches. This is the Magic Palette. Now, this baby is hot. This is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes, one of my dream. I know I have a lot of dream palettes because I just did the Make Believe in Yourself, which is a dream summer palette, and this is now coming to my collection as another dream palette. Now, I better love this thing, and I do. I am absolutely in love with the Magic Palette, and I better be, because this thing cost a pretty penny. Now, the thing is, I bought this for my birthday, and I was watching Nikki tutorials, and once she held it up and started doing that demo, it was a done deal. That was my dream summer palette all in one, and I went, that's it, this is my birthday present, and I ran over to Juvia's Place online store, and that was it. Bada bing, bada boom, I hit that sales button so fast it wasn't funny. And the thing is, so I used Nikki's, what do they call that again? Thing that they use, everybody uses. So anyway, I use Nikki's code. You can use TrendMood1. I can list a number of codes down at the bottom, but I used Nikki's because that's where I finally decided I'm making the decision to buy this for my birthday. Now, the thing is, the palette costs $35. Now with Nikki's discount code, it was 10% off, so $3.50 minus $3.50. So that ended up being $31.50. Now, the thing is, I live in Canada. My US brothers and sisters, you US brothers and sisters out there, you guys are one lucky ducks, and I don't understand how you complain so much, because as far as I'm concerned, you're kind of spoiled, because it ended up the shipping cost, and we didn't have an option for USPS less expensive shipping, so the shipping cost was $17.26. So the palette itself was $31.50 with the discount code. Then the $17.26, where I nearly fell off my chair, but I still wanted it. So that equaled $48.76. Now, this is US dollars, so when you break it down to Canadian dollars, it ended up costing me $63.39. This is with the conversion now, but I think it was slightly more expensive then. And then on top of that, they used DHL because they didn't give you a choice, so they used those shipping companies, FedEx, DHL, and those kind of companies tend to not fly under the duty radar. So with that, so I groaned when I knew it was DHL because they're notorious for that. And then of course, I got a call from DHL saying, you can pay the duties of $22.81 and we will deliver your package right away. So of course, guess what? I had to pay another $22.81. So that was almost the price of this palette again. So the grand total of this palette was $86.20. Nearly $90. So I better love this baby. And you guys are so spoiled because you guys, my brothers and sisters, you pay like what? Like you complain if shipping is above $4 and you complain if shipping takes 5 days to ship. Now I am so happy if I could just choose USPS and it takes a week to ship. I am a happy camper because it usually goes under the radar and we're so used to waiting 1 week or 2 weeks for our packages. We're okay with that. So this was not good, paying $86, but you know what? I love my Juvia's place. It is a hot brand and they make hot palettes, and for us, because we're not spoiled, I can take this. I'm in love with my Juvia's place. Now, I think this is my favorite design of the Juvia's paste, this kind of coral peach, and then the gorgeous goddesses. Now, this is the sun goddess, and this is the moon goddess to denote the colors for the day and the colors for the evening. So you get a very well-rounded palette here. And then on the back, it reads, and of course, I need my glasses. The magic, let me just put these on. The magic palette was inspired by the moon and sun goddesses of the wilds, a beautiful fusion of cool and warm tones, vibrantly infused with 16 ultra-pressed pigments, perfect for day to nighttime looks. Now, as far as I'm concerned, because it has the deeper tones, the jewel tones, this thing can crack all year round. Like, I can crack this open all year round. We are going to crack it open right now. So here we go. And I love that they package it. They've got it in this plastic bubble so it's well protected, and out comes the sleeve. And then here we go. We got again the sun goddess, the moon goddess. And then let's do this, shall we? And then we got it again, and then we can fold it over. Now the thing is, I love the way they package it. It's not very expensive, but it is solid cardboard. I really don't care that it doesn't have a mirror, because as far as I'm concerned, you know, everybody says, oh, I'm so disappointed it doesn't have a mirror, you know, for traveling. But I'm like, who cares? I mean, if you're, most people when they're traveling, they're generally in hotels and things like that, and they have mirrors, so I don't see the problem. And if you're traveling via camping and stuff, where you may not have mirrors, why the heck would you be putting on eyeshadow anyway? This is my argument. So really, the point is moot. This is neither here nor there to me. It keeps the palette light, especially since it's a bigger palette. I think, to be honest, this is my favorite design of all the Juvia's Place. I think that their branding, their whole concept is really, really fabulous, the African culture, because they're kind of educating us all at the same time. So it's a beautiful way to go about doing it, is incorporating your whole design, the names of the colors, everything. So they're pretty on point with their packaging, their concept, and their design. And so it just goes to show you don't have to have hard plastic gilded stuff to have an amazing, amazing brand and amazing packaging. Look at these colors. Now, this is a beautiful thing. These colors pack a punch, and I am happy. So now, these are big, the pans are big, and if you look at the Masquerade palette, now this is going to factor in the video because I was remiss in doing a review on this beauty, and so here is them side by side. They have the same amount of eyeshadow in here. There's 16 colors in here, and there's 57.6 grams of product, same as the Masquerade. Now, the thing is, divided it by 16, you get, guess what? 3.6 grams of product in here. Now, a normal single eyeshadow is about 1.7, 1.8 grams. So Makeup Geeks is 1.8. I think ColourPop is about 1.7 grams, and you're getting more than double the amount in these pans, so these things are going to last a lifetime. So the cost of the individual pans works out to $2.19 a pan, and that's pretty reasonable. And then the cost per gram of product in here is $1.65. So you are getting a lot of product in here. So this baby is going to last a lifetime, especially the way we're going through makeup these days. Now, Juvia's Place, you see here, you've got the sun colors, and then you've got the moon colors, which are deeper. These are the cool colors, the jewel tone colors, and then you've got the sun colors, the lighter colors, the day colors. Now, as far as I'm concerned, you can mix it up, right? But I love using these for day, and these you can get smoky looks for night. Now, I love that Juvia's Place has a tendency to organize their palettes well. So they make sense. It's easier to see what you're working with and how to get eyeshadow looks. You know, you stay here for the day, stay here for the night. You can mix it up. And so I love that. I don't understand why brands do this where they make palettes. I've always had, you know, I was always scratching my head on like why they make these palettes where all the colors are there in random and they don't make sense. And I'm always trying to like figure out, there's got to be a pattern to this. Maybe there's like they've set it up in trios or like in the fours and stuff like that, and then I'm realizing no, they didn't do that. Like, and then I'm wondering, because I guess because I'm just so not common sense, but I kind of like things organized. So I'm always wondering why you would design something that disorganized. Now, it's so funny because Kimberly Clark, I don't know if you guys know about Kimberly Clark, but she's an amazing YouTuber. Now I'm going by her persona, which is female. So she's an amazing YouTuber, and she mentioned that too. But she figured out something. She broke the code, and she figured out that they probably do that in order for those random pops of color in all the sea of neutrals pops. Now that makes a heck of a lot of sense. So I'm like, but you know what? Juvia's Place doesn't need to do that. Everything about this pops. Now, it pops so much that it's so pigmented that you have to be kind and gentle with your brush in these pans, because these poppin' pigmented colors can pack a punch on your lid if you're not careful. So go gently and softly into the pans. Tap off and play and you'll be fine. Now I love it that there's 5 mattes in here. There are 3 duochromes, and there actually are 2 colors that have a little bit of micro glitter. So the 3 duochromes is Juvia, which is like a bubblegum pink with a gold duochrome, and Faso, which is a beautiful lavender with actually it's almost a triple cone because it has like a fuchsia and blue shift to it. Yara has a gold, it's like an aqua blue color with a gold duochrome, a yellow gold duochrome. So, and then these 2 here have micro glitters. This one has a gold Bozu has a gold micro glitter, and then Vey has a silver micro glitters in here. So you've got a lot of light shimmer colors, and that makes it that kind of pastel-y vibe. It gives us a pastel-y vibe, it gives it a summery vibe, and you can do a lot of halo eyes with it. Then you've got these deeper colors. These ones here, oh my god, Ife and this other one here, oh my gosh, these are amazing. I love when they don't use black, and this palette doesn't have any black in it. Yay! Because I don't really like black. I'm sorry, I'm one of those people. I like colored blacks. So these colors here can be used as colored blacks, so you can use them as deep tones, so you can actually sheer it out. This is an indigo color, a deep dark indigo, and this is a deep navy blue, but you can sheer it out so you can go lighter with it, or you can just like pack it on and it can be a deep dark indigo or navy black, which I love. I like that duality of color that way, so I rather that much more than a black. To be honest, you can really bring this out into the winter, and you can get so many smoky looks, yet you can get so many light, airy looks out of this palette. Now, the things that I'm not happy with this palette is, and of course I'm just nitpicking here, and I'm just gonna go a little lighter because the light went. This is an erratic day for filming. I chose one of those days. Okay, I'm nitpicking with this palette, okay? But this is my thing. I like a lot of neutral colors. Now, there is some amazing neutral colors. Not neutral, but amazing crease colors in here. You've got Nana, I love Nana, Zakia, and Koji. These colors are amazing. These particularly are great for the crease, especially Nana when you want to marry them with the deeper, cooler colors here. Perfection, because it's a little bit more cooler in color, but still keeping to the orange. These are both orange colors. This is a deeper orange. This is more of a rusty orange, where this is more of a terracotta orange. But the nice thing about them is they don't go overly brown. They keep that orange look to it, which works better on deeper skin tones. So that's what I love of this palette, because it works great on deeper skin tones, and it works equal opportunity with lighter skin tones without it going browny and then kind of disappearing. So it shows up when you keep the integrity of the orange in the colors, and then this is a gorgeous watermelon. What I think is missing is what I would love to have had a deep wine color like Calabar in the outer corner color that I used in the Masquerade, this one here. I would have loved something like this in the palette so that you could have the option of when you're working with the lighter colors to go in a little bit deeper and give the dimension. I would have rather loved that because sometimes I don't want to bring in the cooler colors in for when I'm doing day looks, when I'm doing summery looks. I don't want to bring in a cooler color. That would have been a nice option in this palette. Another thing that would have been a great option in this palette is a purple taupey, light taupey purple crease color, so it can work as a transition color, kind of like Makeup Geek's Unexpected or Fairy Tale. This is Makeup Geek's Fairy Tale. Oh my god, sorry y'all. This is Makeup Geek's Fairy Tale. This is a this is by Coastal Scents. It's Antique Lilac. These are fantastic to work with cooler colors in the crease. I love using those. And in fact, it would have been actually nice to have a very soft, almost, this is not really that neutralized. It's called Pretty in Pink by Morphe brushes. Only $2.99. Coastal Scents, if you get it on sale, $1. Otherwise it's $2. So would have loved something like this because I actually added that on to the top of my crease because I have a lot of real estate in my crease, and it allows it to, and see, there you go. It allows it to calm it just softens the watermelon, the koji color in my crease, these and Zakia in my crease. It just kind of softens the edge a bit, having that other slightly lighter transition color. Now, I'm just being picky here because that's just me and my needs, but those would have been nice to be added into the palette. I don't know how you would do it because I wouldn't want to minus these other colors to do it. Stop the presses. I forgot to mention that Buzo, the beautiful Kelly green, does have some fallout on the face. So I was noticing when I used that in my outer corner that I was getting a lot of green fallout on my face. I was noticing it throughout the day. I had these green Martian looks on my face. So be careful with that color. I still have to test it because I applied it after I put on my foundation. So I still have to do a test to see whether it still does that if I put on my eyeshadow first and wipe my face off before I go in with the rest of my face. So I will do that test and I will put my results in the description box below later on. So if you want to find that out, check my description box. But Buzo is a little, has pigment with a punch. So watch out for that one. Just saying, I really wouldn't. Just to let you know how I got this look. Again, I used with my, I will show it to you because now I don't have it. I used the famous or infamous Kylie blending brush that stank up my Royal Peach palette. I used that to for Koji and Zakia in my crease, in my hood crease. And then I used a sponge applicator for Osun, which I put on my lid. And I love using a sponge applicator in lieu of a finger because it kind of pretty much does the same thing and gives you a really lot of pigmented color, and but with precision. So that's what I did on my lid. And then of course I added in, because it was missing and I didn't want to go blue. I didn't want to be doing that with this lovely dress I've got on. So I used Calabar in my outer crease, outer lid color to give the look dimension. So that's how I did my eyes. Now, we are going to be talking about some sneaky, tweaky Sista dupes. And I call them tweaky Sista dupes because they're not exact dupes. I call them, they're in the same family, dupes. And almost twins, but almost like sisters that look alike. Okay, and I call them tweaky because the color is just tweaked here, like the yellow, maybe a little bit brighter in this one, and a little bit more, slightly more tweaked to an antique in that one, but not too much different. So there are some, and so there's about 6 tweaky Sista dupes to the Saharan palette. Now I don't have that palette, but if you do, you can check it out for yourself if you have the magic palette. I will try to cut in swatches of the Saharan palette. If I do, clap for me because it was kind of hard to do it. So the colors that I found out, I was watching some videos and I noticed that there was some tweaky Sista dupes in here. I don't think Juvia's Place purposely did that on purpose, okay? I really don't think that they did that, but this is what happens when we analyze a palette a little bit. So the ones that found out are Nuba is a tweaky Sista dupe of, now sorry I'm using the wrong figure, is the tweaky Sista dupe of Wadabi in the Saharan palette, and Nuba is just a little bit more yellow and Wadabi is a little bit more antique. Then you've got Koji. Koji is a tweaky dupe of Sokoto. They're almost exactly alike. Then you've got Zakia, which is a Sista dupe of Jamila. Branu here, which is a beautiful, I call it a peachy butterscotch, a soft peachy butterscotch, and it is a tweaky Sista dupe of Senegal in the Saharan. And then you have Aja. Where is Aja? Aja is, how would I describe that? It is a deep forest green. This is a tweaky Sista dupe of Kia, but Kia is more on the blue side, whereas this is on the green side. So maybe not really a Sista dupe, really. More like, you know, second cousins once removed. Actually, it's not that much of a dupe if one is green and the other is blue, so we got you. We're okay. So I would like to say in the guide to buying this, if you already have the magic palette, you may not need the Saharan palette. Just saying. If you have the Saharan palette, you may still want the magic palette because it's got a whole bunch of other colors in here, and listen, this is irresistible. Now, if you don't have either one of these palettes and you only want to buy one, get the magic palette, believe me, because it's got everything in here and the tweaky Sista dupes of the Saharan. Now, if you want them all, if you're one of these Juvia junkies and you want the mama, and I can't fault you to being a Juvia junkie, because if I had my way, I'd be a Juvia junkie too. And if you do, then go for it. Now, this palette is not for the faint of heart. So, because these pack a punch. So with that, people who are starting out and want to kind of break out of the neutral slump and want to try more color, this is probably not the way to start. We don't want to start in the deep end, so might want to, if you want to go Juvia's and you want to start with color, start with Nubian, their first Nubian palette, because it's pretty much a neutral palette, kind of like a modern Renaissance type of thingy. So you can start there and you can kind of, you know, trick your palette, right? And then from there, you can move on to Nubian 2, and it has more pops of color in there, so that, but you still got some neutrals to balance it out, so you're feeling okay, you're ready to lift off into the deep end, and then you can go to the Masquerade. Now, Masquerade is perfect for that, because Masquerade, here, you can go into the VIP room and get your modern Renaissance, and then you can go into, you know, you can go and have a hookah party, Gangnam Style, with the electric top. Okay, so this is a great way to introduce yourself to color, and then you can go all the way out with the Magic Palette. Now, let's get on with the live swatches. Oh, and just to let you know that I will be swatching all the colors, and then afterwards I'm going to be swatching the similar colors together so you can kind of compare and contrast. I like doing that so you can kind of tell some of those colors apart better. It's just a lot of fun. So anyway, on with the swatches. my review and last swatches of this ever so magical magic palette. This is one of my summer favorite palettes, so I am so happy that I bought it for my birthday despite the crazy cost. I have a number of favorite summer palettes, but this is kind of like one of the top of the heap. And if you want me to do a video on my favorite summer palettes, let me know in the description box below, because it's gonna kind of be a little hard trying to hone it down, but I think I can do it. I think I can do it. This is definitely going to be top. Just want to know, what is your favorite summer palette? Do you have one? Let me know. Share it in the description box below. And are you planning on getting this? Because this thing is hot. And as far as I'm concerned, this is going in. I don't relegate things for summer and winter. If it's got deeper colors in here, baby, this can be rocked all year round. And I am going to be rocking this all year round. But this is definitely amazing, worthy of the summer. I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely head on over to HauteMamasLive to get their take on their Juvia's Place product, because I'm sure it is hot and you guys are going to have a lot of fun. Just check the card here. Up here I will have a link on my end screen, and I will have a link below, so head on over there and watch and you know, continue the fun with the Juvia's Place with HauteMamasLive. So if you enjoyed this review, do give it a thumbs up, like, and share, and don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell notification button to keep up with all my videos. And just remember, you're magic, so rock it and keep that glow going on, 'cause I will. Yeah, see my mugshot over there? Just click it to subscribe and head on over to HauteMamasLive to have some more fun with Juvia's Place with HauteMamasLive.